Hello, folks. This is Roger with Citizen Media News. I am in Quebec with Andre Fortin, who is the nominee for the Liberal Quebec Party. Can you explain what position you're running for the folks in the States?
Yeah, I'm running for member of the National Assembly, so it's the Quebec National Assembly. It's our provincial parliament, much like a state legislature, and we all have local areas, local ridings. The Pontiac here is the area I represent, the one I grew up in. And so I'm reoffering to the citizens of Pontiac my services for the next 4 years.
So you're called an MNA, but the rest of the country is called MLA, is that right?
Yeah, we have a National Assembly in Quebec, much based on the French National Assembly. But there are members of provincial parliament across the river here in Ontario. They call it a provincial parliament. Some provinces, New Brunswick, they're called members of the Legislative Assembly. So we all tweak it to our local realities.
So Jennifer was talking about liberal values. What constitutes liberal values in Quebec?
First of all, we're the only federalist party, so we're the only party that openly talks about how proud we are of being Canadian, how we are staunch defenders of Quebec within Canada. We're also a party that promotes equal rights for everybody. We now have a government in Quebec that is very much intent on minority versus majority, very much intent on creating division between Quebecers, giving more rights to some Quebecers than others. So for us, equality in opportunity, equality of rights is right up there in our liberal values.
Yeah, you had mentioned Bill 96. Is that what you were talking about before?
Yeah, Bill 96 is part of it. Bill 96 is a bill they call it to promote the French language, which I think is a shared value across everybody in Quebec. We know we're a small minority in an ocean of English-speaking North Americans, so everybody knows that we have to protect and promote our French language. But at the same time, there are people who speak other languages who have rights. Those rights have to be protected. They are protected by our Canadian Constitution. They're protected by the Quebec Charter of Rights and Values, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Values, and Bill 96 sets aside some of those rights, sets aside some of the rights to services that English-speaking Quebecers have right now.
You had also mentioned about the government gave all the citizens $500. Sounds very similar to what happened to us in the States, where they handed over several thousands of dollars to us. And I think lots of people think that right now that's why we have 8.6% inflation. Is that the same effect you're having here in Canada too?
I think it's the government's way of trying to say, well, what can we do to help people with their increased grocery bill, their increased gas bill, their increased hydroelectricity rates here in the province. The problem with that is that $500 compared to the 7 or 8% inflation that we have right now probably goes on one or two grocery bills, and then it's over and done with. You can't just play politics with the cost of living and say, I'm going to give you $500 right before the election. You have to give people a predictable year after year decrease in income tax rates. We have the highest income tax rates of any place in North America here in Quebec. So if we want to make a real difference in the money that people have
in North America?
In North America. Now, there are reasons for that. We do have public health care here in Quebec. We've got a great network of publicly subsidized daycares. But at the same time, people feel the pinch. There is a lot less money in their pockets at the end of the day. So that's why we're proposing substantial increases or decreases in taxes, namely for senior citizens.
Is Quebec liberalism very close to being American conservatism? It sounds a little close.
No, I would say every place is different. We have different issues here. We've got, like I said, we get a different reality with regards to language and culture and whatnot. But liberalism is very much based on everybody's rights, living and allowing for other people to live with their beliefs and their cultures. And so we do have maybe some similarities, but at the end of the day, we're also for supporting everyone and everybody's right to live and to create a fostering and nurturing place for people to do so.
If you had three things that you could magically make happen, what would those be?
Providing a family doctor for everybody. We do have state-subsidized healthcare here in Canada, in Quebec, but not everybody has a family doctor. Not everybody has that easy access. Providing a family doctor is essential for us. If we could reduce the increasing cost of living for senior citizens, a lot of people who are on fixed income, they can't afford an 8% increase in tax rates. And for our region here, we need economic development. We need better economic development. There's a lot of our people who fly in, fly out to other regions every 2 weeks. They leave their families for a while to go find better employment somewhere else. If we could find more stable, quality employment in our region, that would be definitely something that citizens talk to me about on a regular basis.
And the last thing?
I think that's 3.
Okay. Lightning or avs?
Pardon?
Lightning or avalanche?
Neither. People here have had enough of their natural disasters.
No, for the Stanley Cup.
For the Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
I'm going to say avalanche. Lehkonen saved our bacon last year when he was playing for the Habs. He scored a big goal for us to send us to the Stanley Cup final, so I'm going to root for him.
Maybe I should have said Nordiques or Lightning, huh?
A lot of my dad was a huge Nordiques fans, but I think that's just because he despised the Canadians, and so I'll be rooting for the Avalanche this time around.
Andre, if I want to find you on the internet and social media, how do I get in touch with you?
Yeah, on our Facebook page, it's the easiest way to get a hold of us. Andre Fortin, M&A for Pontiac. You'll find us, no problem, and my team and I will respond quickly. If you have any comments, any ideas, any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them.
Well, thanks. It was nice meeting you. Take care.